I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 47. And today we're going to talk about a code to freedom, and it is mastery. Today, I was fortunate to be on a Zoom training from two of my mentors. Collectively together, they have both earned over $40 million if you put their incomes together over some years. And they've helped a lot of people have a lot of success, right? And they have also really served the masses in terms of the endeavor that they're in, right? And so, I was on a training with them. I was on a coaching session with them, along with several other partners. And, I was thinking to myself, it's a Saturday afternoon. The weather is gorgeous and beautiful, and I could be doing anything else. But here it is. I'm dialed in for what it was about 3 hours. Not a very long time, but I was tuned in, listening and taking notes, and most of it are things that I've heard before, right? But I'm not the type of person to say, "Oh, I know it all," right? I will take notes on the same thing over and over and over because I believe I can learn from a child. I believe I can learn from anyone, right? I'm always looking for the next growth opportunity. I'm always looking for where, because to me, it's like think of a safe, right? You have a safe, and what you're looking to accomplish is in the safe. And you have to go through the combination in order to open up the safe. And the combinations are your personal development, your growth, who you become in the process, right? And when you become the right person you need to be and you keep on growing and developing and honing your skills, you keep hitting clicks and then another click and then another click and then another click. And then eventually that safe is going to open because you've become who you needed to be for the thing that you're looking to accomplish, right? So that's how I look at, that's my approach to trainings and leadership development and growth, and the books I read, the audios I listen to, the trainings and the coaching that I get. And these things cost money, right? I'm investing in myself. There's no way I could lose because I'm investing in myself. But today what we're talking about is mastery. If you read the book by Malcolm Gladwell, it's called Outliers. He talks about, if you want to be an expert in an area, you got to put 10,000 hours in. And just to kind of give you an idea of what that would look like, 10,000 hours is equivalent to 416 days. Now, obviously, you're not going to be okay, we got 365 days in a year, right? We're not working on ourselves and committing to mastery every second of every day, of every hour, of every minute, right? So that's going to take some years to get to 416 days if we're just putting in an hour here, an hour there, 2 or 3 hours here. You get what I'm saying? So it takes a little bit of time to get to that place of mastery. You think about like Steph Curry, he throws a ball up and walks away, and that thing's going in, right? Because he knows it's going in because it's like muscle memory. It's like, listen, I've done this so many times that I know it's going in, right? And so that's kind of the place where we want to get to in whatever endeavor you're focusing on, but also try to get there in every endeavor. Everything that you do, strive for mastery. Strive for mastery in your relationship. Strive for mastery. I will continue. I've been married for 10 years, but I will continue to take marriage courses, we get marriage books, get marriage advice, because I'll admit that I don't know it all, right? And that the same thing goes for any and every other area. Is I understand that I have to continue to hone my craft. I have to continue to get better. So, that's the thing I wanted to just really share with you today in this episode, is that is really just asking, are you committing to mastery, right? I know in a few episodes ago, we talked about a quote that Bruce Lee said, and he says something to the effect of, beware of the person. Don't be aware of the person that kicks 10,000 times, and I may be getting this wrong, but beware of the person that does the same kick 10,000 times, right? So the whole point is mastering it, right? It's funny because you think about Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid, and that's what his whole mindset was: is mastery. Like wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and Daniel-san, right? If you ever watched that movie, he was like, look, I've done this 1,000 times. Like, when will it be enough, right? Until he actually got in the fight and needed to use it. And then he realized, like, wow, all that practicing, all that time and devotion that I put into that one move, it paid off, right? And that's what's going to happen for you. But you got to put the time in. You got to put the time in to commit to mastery. So the beauty of it is, it doesn't have to be your whole, you can get in slithers of time, slithers of opportunity. Jim Rohn said, like, I like to listen to audios in the car. So that's one of the reasons why I created this podcast, is because typically I'm listening to a podcast when I'm in the car, or if I'm, maybe exercising or walking or just doing something, but when you're in the car, Jim Rohn says that's the moment when your hands are busy, but your mind is free. Right. And so I want to pour in as much as I can, so it'll automatically come out. And I don't know when it's going to come out. I don't know when I'm going to need it to come out. Right. But I know that if it's in there, it's going to come out. The Father will bring to my remembrance when I need it. When I ask the Spirit to move through me, it's just going to come out of me because I put it into me, right? So those 10,000 hours is key, it's critical. And we just want to make sure that we devote ourselves to honing our craft, to getting better, and becoming who we need to be, so we can attract those things that who we want to be, and we can attract the right opportunities, the right doors. And when they open, you could have a great opportunity, but not be the right person, right? Think about that. Like, the opportunities can come, but if you're not the right person, then the opportunity goes away, right? So we want to not only just be in the right place at the right time, but be the right person in the right place at the right time, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys got some value from this. Commit to mastery in your endeavors. And here's an easy way to think of it too. 10 pages of a good book every single day, right? 15 to 20 minutes of a good audio every single day. Listen, that's not going to break the day for you. That's not going to damage your schedule, right? I'm talking 10 pages. If you do 10 pages in a day, right, in 30 days, that's 300 pages. You just read at least a good book, a good sized book, right? You listen to 15 minutes of an audio. Look, you're in a position at this point where you have literally put yourself in a position where you're growing on paramount levels than others are, simply because you're doing what others don't. And by the way, there's this quote I used to love saying. He says, hey, do the things today that others don't, so you could have tomorrow what others won't. And that's all we're talking about, guys, is going out there, making it happen, being that exception, being the exceptional person, the one that is not average, the one that people turn around and say, man, it's so much to you, right? And it's just because you continue to work on yourself. But in another way, you continue to work on mastery. So listen, guys, take care. God bless. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value, and definitely feel free to Give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.